Imagine a world inside the machine. Not just code and data, but a vast, glowing landscape populated by living programs, ruled by digital gods, and holding secrets that could reshape our own reality. This is the grid, the digital frontier dreamed of by Kevin Flynn, the visionary game designer and NCOM CEO who vanished without a trace decades ago. His disappearance left behind a corporate empire in turmoil and a young son, haunted by unanswered questions. Flynn spoke of miracles, of changing science, medicine, religion, then simply ceased to exist. Years later, a mysterious page from his long-disconnected arcade office pulls Sam back into his father's world, and headfirst into the dazzling, dangerous reality of the grid he only heard about in bedtime stories. This is the story of Tron Legacy, a journey into a breathtaking digital world, a search for a lost father,
I'm not your father, Sam.
and a fight for the future of two realities. Our journey starts years after Kevin Flynn's disappearance in 1989. His son, Sam Flynn, is now a rebellious young man, the majority shareholder of NCOM, but completely disengaged from the company his father built.
This is your father's company.
Not anymore.
He lives off the grid, pulling yearly high-tech pranks on the corporation, like leaking their flagship operating system online for free right before its launch. Much to the chagrin of the current board, led by Chairman Richard Mackey and Executive Edward Dillinger Jr., son of the original film's antagonist. Sam is haunted by his father's vanishing act, clinging to the memory of a brilliant man who promised him one day they'd explore the grid together, but who ultimately left him orphaned. The only remaining link to his father's past is Alan Bradley, Kevin's old friend and partner, the creator of the original Tron security program. Alan still believes Kevin is alive, pursuing his dream of a digital frontier. One night, Alan receives an impossible page, sent from the disconnected phone line at Flynn's old arcade. He urges a reluctant Sam to investigate. Drawn by a flicker of hope and unresolved questions, Sam visits the dusty, forgotten arcade. Behind the classic Tron game machine, he discovers his father's hidden office, a secret high-tech lab beneath the boardwalk fund. Activating the system console, Sam unknowingly triggers the powerful digitization laser Kevin Flynn had been perfecting. In a blinding flash of green light, Sam is deconstructed, atom by atom, and pulled into the computer. Sam materializes in a stark, dark, neon-infused digital world. This is the grid, but it's far from the utopia his father described. It's an oppressive, menacing place. He's immediately captured by menacing guard programs clad in black armor with glowing circuitry. Mistaken for just another stray program, he's stripped, processed, and suited up in illuminated armor, a glowing identity disc snapped onto his back. This disc, he's told, contains everything: his identity, his history, his function. Losing it means de-resolution, digital death. He's thrown into the gladiatorial games, a brutal spectacle designed by the grid's ruler. In the holding cells, he learns the terrifying reality. Programs who believe in users, the creators from the outside world, are forced to fight for their lives. Sam is thrust onto the arena floor for the disc wars. Faced with other combatants, he must quickly learn the rules. Use the disc to attack, defend, survive. Relying on instinct and perhaps some latent gaming skill, he surprisingly defeats his opponents, shattering them into cubes of light. But his victory is short-lived. His unorthodox fighting style and his very nature mark him as different. He's pitted against Rinzler, a mysterious masked warrior wielding two discs with deadly proficiency. During their duel, Rinzler sees Sam's disc, recognizes the impossible. He's a user. The fight stops. Sam is captured and brought before the master of this grid. Expecting his father, Sam is instead confronted by Clue, Codified Likeness Utility, a program Kevin Flynn created in his own image decades ago, designed to help build the perfect system. But Clue hasn't aged. He looks exactly like Kevin Flynn did in his prime. Clue recognizes Sam instantly but shows no warmth, only cold calculation. He sentences Sam to the light cycle battles, a deadly race on cycles that materialize from batons and leave lethal light ribbons in their wake. It's essentially a death sentence. Thrown into a chaotic 5-on-5 light cycle match, Sam is hopelessly outmatched. Just as Clue's racers close in for the kill, a sleek black Light Runner vehicle blasts onto the grid, driven by a mysterious female program. She skillfully rescues Sam, leading them off the designated game grid into the dangerous, uncharted territory known as the Outlands. Her name is Quora, and she takes Sam far from the Neon City through rocky digital terrain to a hidden safe house carved into the mountainside. Inside the minimalist, Zen-like safe house, Sam finally reunites with his father. Kevin Flynn is alive, but aged, changed. He's been trapped on the grid for over 20 years. Cycles, as time moves vastly faster here. He explains the tragic history of this digital world. He, Tron, Alan's program, brought here to protect the system, and Clue were building his digital utopia. Then the miracle happened. Isomorphic algorithms, or ISOs, emerged spontaneously within the grid. A new, complex, digital life form, profoundly naive yet unimaginably wise. Flynn saw them as the key to everything, his gift to the world, capable of revolutionizing science, medicine, philosophy. But Clue, programmed to create the perfect system, saw the unpredictable ISOs as imperfections, a threat to order. He betrayed Flynn, staging a coup. Tron fought for Flynn, seemingly sacrificing himself to allow Flynn to escape, though Flynn never saw him again. Clue seized control, hunted down the ISOs in a brutal event Flynn calls the Purge, committing genocide against the miracle he couldn't understand. Flynn has been in hiding ever since, cut off from the portal back to the real world. The portal requires immense power and can only be opened from the outside for brief intervals. His entry activated it, but it's closing fast. Perhaps only hours remain. Sam is desperate to go home, to take his father with him, but Flynn refuses. He explains that Clue desperately wants his identity disk, the master key containing all his knowledge and power. If Clue gets the disk, Flynn believes he could use it to escape through the portal, bringing his rigid, perfect order and his repurposed army into the human world. Game over, Flynn says grimly. He believes the only way to win Clue's game is not to play, to remain hidden, detached. Sam is furious at his father's resignation, his apparent fear of his own creation. Rejecting Flynn's passive approach, Sam decides he must reach the portal himself. He believes if he can get back to the real world and find Alan Bradley, they can shut Clue down from the outside. Quora, fiercely loyal to Flynn but also yearning for escape and intrigued by Sam, agrees to help him find a way. She tells him of Zeusay, a program rumored to know all the system's secrets, operating out of the end-of-line club in the city. Against Flynn's warnings, Sam heads downtown alone, guided by Quora's directions. The end-of-line club is a chaotic hub of information and hedonism at the top of a skyscraper, run by the flamboyant program Castor. Castor, revealing himself to be the legendary Zeusay, initially seems charming and willing to help Sam reach the portal. He speaks of the old days, fighting alongside the ISOs, but it's a ruse. While Sam is distracted by Gem and other programs, Castor alerts Clue's Black Guard. The club erupts into chaos. Sam fights bravely, but he's cornered. Just as Castor gloats, Quora arrives, showcasing incredible fighting prowess, taking down guards with fluid grace. But she is overwhelmed, and one of the guards slices off her arm. Before they can be captured, Kevin Flynn arrives, having tracked Sam. Using his powers as the creator, he easily dispatches the guards, retrieves Sam's disc, and confronts Castor Zeus. But in the confusion, Clue himself arrives with Rinsler. Clue takes Flynn's master disc. Flynn, Sam, and the injured Quora make a desperate escape aboard a stolen Light Runner transport, flying off into the Outlands as Clue secures the key to his invasion. Aboard the transport, Flynn uses his powers to repair Quora's arm, downloading code sequences. In doing so, he reveals her true nature. Quora is the last surviving ISO. Flynn saved her during the Purge, raising her as his apprentice, protecting the miracle Clue sought to destroy. Flynn acknowledges the potential she represents, bio-digital jazz man, the power to change everything, which is why Clue wants her eliminated too. They realize their situation is dire. Clue has the master disc and will head straight for the portal to lead his army out. They must race him there, and they board a massive solar sailor transport, hoping to reach the portal before Clue. The journey is tense. Flynn knows Tron is alive, repurposed as Clue's enforcer, Rinsler. He fears confronting him. As they near their destination, they are intercepted by Clue's colossal warship, the Rectifier. Quora, understanding her importance and Flynn's need to protect her, sacrifices herself, allowing herself to be captured by Rinsler so Flynn and Sam can escape. Clue now has Flynn's disc and the last ISO. Flynn and Sam know they must rescue Quora and stop Clue. Sam, now fully committed, formulates a daring plan. He'll infiltrate the Rectifier using a captured light jet, rescue Quora, and retrieve his father's disc while Flynn provides a diversion and heads towards the portal. Sam boards the warship, navigating its decks. He finds Zeus's caster being deactivated. Clue predictably discarded him once he had Flynn's disc. Sam locates Quora being prepped for repurposing and finds Flynn's disc nearby. He frees Quora, grabs the disc, and they fight their way to the flight deck. They escape in a 3-man light jet just as Clue arrives. Clue and Rinsler give chase in their own jets. An intense aerial dogfight ensues above the sea of simulation. Sam's piloting skills, honed in the real world, are put to the test. During the chase, Rinsler gets a clear shot at Flynn's escaping light jet. But as he locks on, something flickers within him. A memory, perhaps? He sees Flynn. His targeting wavers.
I fight for the users.
I fight for the users, Tron whispers, his original programming momentarily resurfacing. He deliberately collides his jet with Clue's, sacrificing himself to allow Flynn, Sam, and Quora to escape. They reach the portal, a massive beam of light surging into the digital sky. But Clue, having survived the crash thanks to Rinsler cushioning the impact, arrives on the bridge just ahead of them. The portal is closing. Clue holds Flynn's disc, ready to step through. Sam and Quora prepare to fight, but Kevin Flynn steps forward. He knows Clue, his corrupted reflection, cannot be reasoned with and must not escape. In a final act of sacrifice, Flynn embraces Clue. "Goodbye, kiddo," he says to Sam. He pulls Clue towards him, initiating reintegration. Knowing this will destroy them both, he unleashes his power. A massive explosion of white light engulfs them as Sam and Quora, Flynn's master disc now safely on Sam's back, leap through the portal just as it collapses. Sam saves the ENCOM data onto a drive, symbolically taking control. He finds Alan Bradley waiting outside. "You paged me?" Alan asks. Sam confirms, tells Alan he's taking the company back, and appoints him chairman. Alan, seeing the quiet determination in Sam, finally understands. "You were right," Sam tells him about everything. He then leads Quora outside. She looks around the real world, perhaps for the first time, with wonder. "What's next?" she asks. "I guess we're supposed to change the world," Sam replies with a small smile. He helps her onto his Ducati. "Come on," he says. "I want to show you something." They ride off into the dawn, towards Quora's first sunrise, leaving the digital frontier behind, but carrying its legacy, its potential, and its unanswered questions into the light of a new day. The game has changed.